These 3-year-olds that we went with. The first set was Rhythmic Kemp. So last year, talk about what they did last year, and then what were the expectations met, and what are the expectations for this year?
This filly, from the first day we put the harness on, we were like, wow. She just rode so nice, and everybody that sit behind her really, really liked her. And I think she did it so effortless that she may have went a little bit more that she should earlier than she should last year, unfortunately, because she was doing everything so effortless, and she got a little bit sore. And then unfortunately we just turned her out and give her time, and then she come back this year, and now she's sound and she trots really good, and we're excited about this filly because early on last year, I mean, her and One Dove Scribe were the ones that, they were beautiful way of going, and they were kind of the standout on the trotting sides. And fortunately, she didn't get to race last year. But right now, we're pretty happy with what she's doing. You could see how she travels. She's got that nice long gait, and she's got a nice stride, and she put her leg where they should be going. And her attitude is the biggest asset. Like, she's got a tremendous attitude. Like, she just wants to do her work, and I think it's half the battle.
Okay, here we're gonna play a little game. I'm gonna put some pressure on you.
Yeah.
Now, I did this with the other guys too. Okay, so what race is she gonna win? And it could be, hey, we just want her to win a couple of condition races. We want her to win a Excelsior. We want her to win a Sire Stakes. We want her to win the Breeders' Crown. What do you think? What's your expectation for one of the races she's going to win?
Ontario Sire Race. That's
Okay.
what she is. She's a cadaver.
Okay.
And I think I see her right there.
What do you think? Does the track size matter, or you can't really make that call yet?
Well, I think she'll get around any track because we
Okay.
train her in a half year. She trains really good, but she's gonna go. I think she's gonna go no matter what track. I mean, it's hard for me to tell you what level she's gonna be because we didn't go really fast enough last year to tell you. But she just got a way of her attitude is so nice, and the way she tried is so nice. Like last winter, we had one seismic wave that he didn't race that too, kind of similar than her. And every time somebody sit behind him and I sit behind him, we always say, he kind of remind me of her. Just the attitude was great, and just the way he traveled was great. And even though, all winter I was telling people about this horse, and his first year racing in Kentucky, he went world record time, 150-1 for 3-year-old trotting gelding. So, if she do just that, I'd be pretty happy.
You'll be happy. So we'll be looking forward to her on all the Ontario Sire Stakes, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
we're going to stake her to a little bit later one in the year in the U.S. also.
Okay.
Hopefully she has a good year in Ontario, and then at the end of the year she can go in a couple of the big ones against the U.S. ones. So
What about One More Rosie?
One More Rosie last year was a filly that she had a bit of a problem with her attitude. Like, not that she didn't want to do what she needed to do, but she just was one of a kind, like just shaking her head and just...
She's like my ex-girlfriend. Just didn't want to agree
with everything.
With everything,
She wanted to do it her way.
Right.
And then once we get that figured out, then she was good and she was trotting good. And then once we get her closer to the races, she started to get a little pacey and making break. And her knee started to bother her a little bit. So we stopped with her. We got her qualified, but we had trotting hobbles on her and she didn't like it. And then we ended up shutting her down. And this year we don't have no trotting hobbles on her. And she's trotting good and she's getting more and more confident because at first, even when we started her back this year, when we first trained her, she's made one or two little mistakes. And then we changed her shoes. And then now she's been perfect. And her manners are good. She's on both lines. She's straight. And she's doing well. So our full sister was One More Rosie that made $1 million or close to $1 million. So we're excited. Hopefully this year she comes back and have a great season for us.
What's she gonna racing? Same thing.
Well, she's she's muscle mass, so she's New York bred. She's gonna be staked in New York, and she's dual eligible, so she can go to Kentucky also. So as we go faster, if she acts like she wants a bigger track, we can go there, and if not, she can go to New York, or she can go a little bit of both.
So she's gonna win in Kentucky. You're saying that right now? She's saying that.
I wish I had a crystal ball. I mean, Kentucky, they're gonna have all the best ones there. So for me to tell you that she win in Kentucky, I gotta stay realistic. But I think she's going the right direction, and she's got some ability. So let's keep her finger crossed.
Second set we had My Sweet Memory.
My Sweet Memory is a filly that, fortunately, she was one of them that she was sick all winter in Florida. She on and off. We break her. She had a beautiful gait. The first day we break her, we're like, oh my God, she was flawless. I think a lot of them Sweet Lou, they all, from what I see, they got that nice gait to them. I gotta say.
Does she have a nice blaze on her?
No, she don't. Mark,
wait. Did you request your money back? Because that's the whole point, right? That's the whole marketing thing is getting the blaze.
Mark Weaver is gonna like that I said that most of the Sweet Lou get great.
Right,
He'll be watching. Shout out to Mark Weaver and the Burke team. Yeah, but she's had a really nice gait from the start. But unfortunately, she got sick during the winter a few times, and we were battling with health issue. I think if you remember the videos we took last year, we talk about her being sick, and she was the one that we struggled all winter.
Did she have you had some blood issues, or from what I remember?
We checked her blood. We did some. We test the mucus of her nose. We send to a lab where they can look and see what antibiotics she need, and then we treat her with antibiotic. And we've done everything we could all winter to get her healthy. And finally, in the spring, we got her healthy, and then she got to get ready to qualify a little bit later. We got her school and stuff, but she was kind of a little bit behind the schedule, and
just all those little issues just kind of catch up to her.
I think when they're sound and healthy, 2-year-old, it really helped, because every time they get issue, you're behind a little bit. And this year so far, she's been healthy, and there's one thing that I'm struggling with her a little bit is when she's in the hole, sometimes she'll be a little bit aggressive, and when you put her on the front, she'll pull up. So now we're going to try all winter, training her down, playing with her brow, playing with her style, sitting her in. We'll go sets of 3. I'll sit her in, and then in the last stretch, kind of put one on each side of me and just try to blow by them a couple times to let her pass, because she's had a bit of an issue with that. I think if you watch the video today when I trained her, you can see, like when I was in the hole, she was really grabbing on. And then when I moved her, she just went like, shoom, really nice brush of speed, beautiful going. And then once I clear, then she was kind of like green on the front a little bit, and then kind of pulls herself out a little bit. So we're struggling with that. Like Simon said last year, she says she'll follow anything, any speed. But then when you move her, she'll hang a little bit, and then you put on the front, she's a little bit green. So, we're going to keep playing with her equipment, with her training. We're going to change training method back and forth, mix it up. And I think she's got the gait, she's got the speed. We just got to get her attitude right.
Well, that to me, that's probably a bigger plus. The fact that she can go, she knows how to do it. All those, she was sick for a week. All the things you have to do now are the things that, she missed probably really mastering when she was a 2-year-old, right?
Yeah, last year was a bit of a bumpy 2-year-old year, and we're not going to go with a baby that's sick, so we turn her out, bring her back, and then she acted healthy, and then we start back going on, and then she's coughing, backing off, go back, backing off, So I think it was a bit of a, rough 2-year-old season or whatever.
But it doesn't appear to me that you're overly too stressed out about it.
No, I think, she's...
2-year-olds, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is, and my thing is I don't want to ruin a horse, any horse, so... We're not going to say, well, we're going anyway, or we're going to push anyway. That's not the style. Don't matter what horse. Like, I'll never race a horse if he's sick or not fit to go. I care about them animals, and, I love horses. And it's important to do everything we can to have them happy, sound, fit, and healthy. So we do everything all together. I think it's a teamwork that we do and try to do everything we can.
Quarter blue chip.
Yeah, Quarter Blue Chip was probably the worst one we had last year as far as gated and stuff. She was she would pace for a little bit and then just switch over to the gallop. Pace a little bit, switch over to gallop. We couldn't get her gated, and then finally we got her gated. Then she was making break, and she was a little bit like of a headache, but she had to go. Like she wanted to go so much, but she couldn't really figure it out how to like keep it together.
It's like me when I want to dunk.
Yeah.
I want to so bad. I just can't get up there.
Yeah.
You know, I want to.
Yeah, I think it'd be like, maybe not like you with the dunk, because she can go. I think it'd be more like you throwing the ball too hard and you keep missing.
Okay, or blowing out my shoulder, something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
I really want to throw it on. Okay, fair enough. Can you dunk? You're like 6'5", right?
Yeah, well, Simon's really, really good at basket,
Okay,
believe it or not.
Okay.
He was better than me, but we used to play sport. We had a lot of fun when we were younger, and he was always pretty good at sport. And my brother Fred was pretty good too, so some of them. But anyways, back to the horses. I think that this filly quarter blue chip, she her willingness is what made me keep her from last year to this year. Because, if she was not pacing, making breaks or whatever, and she wasn't willing as much as she was, I think we would have sell her as a broodmare or something, because she got a great family, great pedigree, great family. So we gave her some time, and when we started back this year, she was the same. You know how people say something like, well, they're no good at 2, they're not going to be good at 3. Well, we start her, and then every day we put the hobbles on her, and every day we put her the wrong way to track, and we put four heavy shoe on her. We were trying to get her to get
steady,
gated, and put her leg where they should be going, because they were going different direction. So we got her where now she's pacing good, and she's getting where she goes a quarter here and there. Like every day she'll jog, and then we'll sprint her a little bit. She'll jog, we'll sprint her a little bit. And now we just started the last couple of weeks to go in sets. And as you see her go today in sets, actually you were with her.
right?
And she stayed pacing the whole time, and we went like up the backside there. We went a pretty good 1/8 of a mile, and then the last quarter we were going, and she stayed pacing the whole time. So I'm happy to see her that she keeps improving and improving, because she's got plenty of go. Like, to me, the stamina and the go and the will to go, she has it. It was just about keep her gated. So right now she's staying pacing. I'm sure if you would just go full blast, she would probably still make the HUD break.
Sure.
But she's getting faster and faster without making any breaks. So I think once she hits that nice clay at Pocono, and we finish her up there, I think we're gonna be okay.
Are you worried? A horse like that is the major asset of hers is she wants to do it. Are you worried about her maybe getting discouraged, or are you purposely giving her little bits of good experiences and not letting her bad experiences? You think that's going to help her not to get just, all right, I'm done with this.
Well,
I hate going out on the track.
I believe horses are a lot like humans. They have feelings, and that's why don't matter if it's a baby, a racehorse, an older horse, anything. I think their feelings. You don't want to hurt their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Like sometimes we claim horses and they look like they just not really feeling it. We'll turn them out for a few days, keep them in the field, and we'll change the routine. Like we'll train pacers on the gallop. We'll train them backwards. Mm-hmm. So whatever. We'll do stuff to play with a little bit their mind and keep them happy. Some might like carrots. So we feed a lot of carrots. We'll do whatever we can to get in their mind and get them happy and stuff. And I think you don't hurt their feeling. It's a key.
Captain Feelgood.
Captain Feelgood last year, he's always had some speed, but he was hard to keep sound. He's got one leg up front that paddles a lot when he paces, and because of that, he was struggling a little bit once he got to the races. We got him trained down, and right before he qualified, he shows us some good burst of speed, some good last quarters. But once we went to qualify him, when he hit the last turn, he kind of fell apart on us. So he got steppy and stuff, and he was getting sore, so we stopped with him. So this year, what we've been doing with him is we've been putting a lot of miles on him, and we jog him in the hobbles every day. And now we start to train him, but we're not going to train him like twice a week like we do with some other horses.
Okay.
We're going to train him once a week, every 7 days, and then in between just put a lot of miles and miles into him. And
Okay.
so far he's been staying sound. His legs are good. Everything's good. So we're just going to have a little bit of a different routine with him. But I think today he looked good when Brandon moved him there up the backside. He brushed him, and he looked really good. So far, so good.
So that was something I like that. Yes, most of the horses, you have a big stable. They're generally, you have your kind of area where you're trying to funnel them through, but here's a horse that maybe it didn't work, and you're clearly trying something different outside of the normal routine, I would say, right?
Yeah, I think you gotta adjust with them horses, and I don't believe that, like, you gotta have a game plan. You gotta say, okay, here's what we're gonna do with them. But if the horse shows you that it's not working for him, you gotta adjust. And I think it's the same thing with any horses. They talk. They don't talk, and you're not gonna hear them, but they'll let you know what they like, what they don't like, and when you work enough with them, you'll be able. And I think that's why it's so important. And we got the big training board, and I'll go and make the board, or if I'm somewhere else, I'll talk with Brandon, and we have a plan where we adjust to every individual, and I think it's extremely important.